his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. And now that you've sung it one time through, those of you who did not know it should catch the words by now. Will you join us as we do it once more? And as we do it, will you turn your eyes, the eyes of your spirit, upon Jesus Christ, that you might expect to see him here tonight, that you might expect to come face to face with the Spirit of God. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. Now will you turn in your songbooks to number 6. You'll notice that on the front of your bulletin is the symbol Key 73, the winning of this continent for Jesus Christ in this decade, this year. If we're going to do that, we must become the soldiers of Jesus Christ. May we stand as we sing together. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching us to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe. Forward into battle, see his banners go. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching us to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. At the sign of triumph, Satan's host doth flee. On then, Christian soldiers, on to victory. Hell's foundations quiver at the shout of praise. Brothers, lift your voices, loud your anthems raise. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching us to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Like a mighty army moves the Church of God. Brothers, we are treading where your feet are trod. We are not divided, all one body we, one in hope and doctrine, one in charity. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching us to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Onward then, ye people, join our happy throng. Blend with us your voices in the triumph song. Glory, Lord, and honor unto Christ the King. This through countless ages, men and angels sing. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching us to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Where we're gaining a few more soldiers all along the way with each verse, we need the whole army. We have a few of you still in the barracks. We'd like to get you out on the drill field, if you will. Will you turn to number 41 as we sing to the glory of God, All Hail the Power of Jesus' Name. Passing your songbook to the aisle, the choir would like to sing for you a song called Open Our Eyes, O Loving and Compassionate Jesus, that we may behold Thee walking beside us. And may these words be deep in our hearts tonight as the choir sings, that we might all open our eyes to see Jesus beside us.
At this time, we'll have a word of welcome from Dr. D.B. Culp, President of East Tennessee State University, and from our City Commission, Commissioner Richard McNamara, and from the county, our County Attorney, Mr. Robert Mays.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's indeed a pleasure for me to extend an official welcome to you for the campus. I know I speak for the Chancellor, for the Board of Regents, and all of those who have specific responsibility for the institution in saying that among all of the things that we're proud of at East Tennessee State University, the community, both the city and the larger area which we serve, is top of the list. And we are proud of the fact that in the years which have immediately passed and now exist, and we have all of the legalistic questions being batted around about the appropriate relationships between church and state, that we're still able to serve as your host in what we think is a very fine community tradition that we expect and pray will live for a long time. I hope we've made reasonably adequate provisions for your comfort here. Maybe we've done a little better by the weather this year than we have in some years past. At least it isn't snowing. Someone told me this was the first year in 5 that it hasn't snowed. I haven't kept that kind of record, but I'm glad that the weather is reasonably comfortable, even though it's a little on the cool side. I hope you do not find too much trouble with the parking. You may not be familiar with our lots. Hopefully there are adequate officers on duty to direct you to adequate space if you've had difficulty in finding a place to park your automobile. May I say again that it is indeed a pleasure to have you on the campus. We shall look forward to having you each night this week, and hopefully that you will return for years ahead. Thank you very much.
I know Mayor Cheek would have liked to have been here tonight, but he's out of the city and has asked me to pinch hit for him. On behalf of Vance and the other members of the commission, we certainly extend you a most cordial welcome to Johnson City. It's always good to see the home folks, and to you that come to us from out of Johnson City, we extend you a most cordial welcome. As Dr. Culp was speaking there, I just thought, hadn't this been a beautiful day today? And about an hour and a half ago, I was sitting home watching the Bob Hope Desert Classic. Some of you may have seen it, but the cold wind and rain that was whipping across the golf course there, and Palm Springs is noted for its beautiful clear air and beautiful weather. I was sitting there thinking to myself, maybe the Lord has just sent the folks in California our preaching mission weather this year. So I think with this type of day, it kind of sets the theme for the rest of the week. So we hope each and every one can attend every service you possibly can. And let's all decide that when we leave, we'll leave never to be the same again when we hear these inspirational messages from these great servants of the Lord who've come to be with us. Thank you, and again, welcome.
Mr. Chairman, platform guests, ladies and gentlemen of the congregation, it is indeed a pleasure to me to represent the county government of Washington County and its county chairman, Judge Wiseman, who could not be here either this evening. I think I'm about 12th pinch hitter, as I understand it. Nevertheless, it is a very glorious opportunity. You know, Washington County is composed of some 70-odd thousand souls, about half of whom live in Johnson City, Mr. Mayor. So I guess I speak for the other half. I live at Jonesboro, where we are very enthusiastic at the suggestion that perhaps the land upon which our town was built or constructed was made on the morning of the first day. That's before they had daylight savings time. Now, I needed to get that plug in for historical reasons, of course. It is wonderful to see the manifestation of the spirit of unity that pervades this assemblage, or otherwise we wouldn't be here. Again, it's wonderful, and I know you join me in these services of praise and thanksgiving for much that we have to be thankful for, and particularly we would join those who rejoice to know that their loved ones are on the way home, and to grieve with those who knowledge is not so happy or joyful. We have much, of course, to be thankful for, and so it is my prayer that the peace which indeed surpasses understanding may garrison our hearts, I believe as Paul put it, throughout these services, and that the influence may be long-lasting in our community.
I want you to look at the announcements in your program tonight, and I would like to mention a few. Immediately following the service tonight, there will be a reception in the University Center. If you would like to come over, and we hope you will, and meet Dr. Allen and other people who have worked so hard on this preaching mission, we hope you will all come. If you have a parking place, I suggest you leave your car there, walk, get a ride home, so you'll have a place tomorrow night. Don't forget our noonday services each day, Monday through Friday at the Capri Theater. Dr. Allen will be speaking each day, and you can have lunch either before or after the noonday service across the street at the First Presbyterian Church. We encourage you to come, and of course we encourage you to bring someone with you and come tomorrow night. At this time, we're going to be blessed with some special music by Miss Teresa Bowers.
I will sing 3 selections tonight, the first of which is O Rest in the Lord from Mendelssohn's Elijah, the second a spiritual arranged by Hall Johnson, His Name So Sweet, and the third I'll Walk with God. Oh, rest in the Lord, wait patiently for Him, and He shall give thee my heart's desires. Oh, rest in the Lord, wait patiently for Him, and He shall give thee thy heart's desires. And He shall give thee thy heart's desires. Commit thy way unto Him, and trust in Him. Commit thy way unto Him, and trust in Him. And fret not thyself because of evildoers. Oh, rest in the Lord, wait patiently for Him, wait patiently for Him. Oh, rest in the Lord,
just come from the fountain. I'm just from the fountain, Lord. I just come from the fountain. His name so sweet, oh Lord. I just come from the fountain. I'm just from the fountain, Lord. I just come from the fountain. His name so sweet. Oh, sinner, do you love Jesus? Yes, yes, I do love my Jesus. Sinner, do you love Jesus? His name so sweet, oh Lord. I just come from the fountain. I'm just from the fountain, Lord. I just come from the fountain. His name so sweet. Oh, sinner, do you love Jesus? Yes, yes, I do love my Jesus. Sinner, do you love Jesus? His name so sweet, oh Lord. I just come from the fountain. I'm just from the fountain, Lord. I just come from the fountain. His name so sweet. Sinner, do you love Jesus? Yes, yes, I do love my Jesus. Do you love Jesus? His name so sweet. Just come from the fountain. I'm just from the fountain, Lord. I just come from the fountain. His name so sweet, oh Lord. I just come from the fountain. I'm just from the fountain, Lord. I just come from the fountain. His name so sweet. I'll walk with God from this day